watering the cotton. Pivot's going this way, it's coming off the peanuts right on time as I'm finishing with this area of cotton planting. And it's only 103 degrees outside and my AC can't keep up and it's hot in my tractor. Wonderful. But at least everything's working good. Good. Just got done with the field. Filled up enough seed. Well, I filled up my planter all the way. We are moving a couple of miles down the road. We need to plant 240 acres. And this should be enough to finish that. And then we're gonna move again later today. Now I'm just folding up, headed on to the next field. And time to unfold. Put the pins in there, put the chains on there, and we're ready to start planting. Make sure to turn on GPS. Good. And now that I've planted a few acres, I gotta go here and put this pivot on forward. Now it's gonna move to this half, and then I can plant that half whenever I'm done with this half. It almost looks like there would be rain coming, and it's getting just a little bit windy. I mean, you know, that's fine. You know, this is normal. This dust blowing, that's fine. We're fine. We could use some rain though, that would be nice. But I'm almost done with this half. I only need like a couple more rounds. I'm hoping I can finish at least this half, and I'm hoping it'll start raining, because that would be nice. But I guess we'll see what happens. Well, we didn't quite finish the 2 fields that we wanted to. The little reason is I'm running a little low on fuel. So we just parked the tractors here, and we're gonna bring some fuel here tomorrow morning and finish this, and then move to the next location. So see y'all tomorrow morning. Have a little bit of a flat tire, filling it up, and we're back to planting. I'm gonna keep an eye on my tire though. I don't know if it's gonna get emptier now soon or whatever, but I think it just took overnight before it went flat, so I'll just keep an eye on it. If it all of a sudden, I didn't find a hole, but if it all of a sudden does have a hole somewhere, I'm probably gonna have to call the tire shop, and they're gonna have to come over here and quickly patch our tire. But as for now, I mean, it's holding pressure, so far we're good. And done. Time to move to the next field. and we're planting. Have to eat my lunch caveman style today. Forgot to bring a fork today. That sucks. But hey, at least it's good. I mean, I can wash my hands. I have a little tank of water there, so no big deal. Gonna finish planting out what I have in these boxes. I have maybe a little over a quarter full on these boxes. After I'm done planting this seed, I'll be changing varieties to some Delta pine. And I'm out of seed. Old seed right there. Got the new Delta pine seed in there, which is also blue. This is Delta pine 2022. Well, I just got kicked out of the planter. Or not kicked out, I kicked someone into the planter. My cousin is driving the planter now. I'm now headed to our other field, the very first field that I planted with cotton. I'm now going to turn on that pivot where it can start watering. I'm gonna go head to the shop, pick up the foiler, pick up my rain suit, because I'm definitely gonna need that. Then head over to the field and turn it on. Well, I was looking for my rain suit, couldn't find it, couldn't find my brother's either. So, and then I called my dad and he said that he had it on the back of his truck, so he's gonna stop by and he's gonna bring it to me later. I'm just quickly hooking this foiler up, just put one little strap on there just where it doesn't move, doesn't need to be tight or anything. I'm only going 2 miles down the road anyway, so that's all it needs. And you can't forget about your daily dose of Red Bull. So, if you're wondering what I all had to do just to turn this pivot on, first off, there are 3 wells that do not have enough water, so we're not even going to count those. I'm not even going to turn those on. There was 1 well that apparently has been out for a year already, and we just need to fix it. There was 1 well that had a fuse burned out, replaced it, and another well where the fuse literally blew up inside the panel box. I'll put up a picture right here. And then there were 3 wells where it was working, but the contactor on the inside was not working, and I kind of just jimmy rigged all 3 of them to where they would work, and I believe the rest are fine. And so now I'm about to walk along this pivot here, gonna find any tips that are closed, open them, and then put this pivot on forward, and that way we can start watering our cotton here. So I've been working here for about 2 hours, and this pivot is always a struggle trying to turn it on. But I'm glad that I've actually been able to turn it on today. I was almost worried I'd have to wait till tomorrow to turn it on because of how many things I'd find wrong, but so far we're looking good. Let's just hope the pivot also works. I just walked along here and opened all the tips. And man, I got to say, I used to hate this pivot, but I'm starting to kind of like it. There was only 1 tip closed on this entire pivot. And if you're wondering how that is possible for turning it on for the first time this year, it's because we have neat little things. That white and black piece, that's a filter that runs up all the way through these collars and runs way the heck up there. And that filter traps any rust, dirt, anything that might travel through there, and it flows, or it should, theoretically it should flow nicely throughout the entire year. And I'm starting to say I really like it. There was only 1 tip closed, and man, am I happy. That makes my day after trying to struggle to turn this pivot on. But I don't know if you can start seeing it, but this half right here, it is starting to slowly die off a little. That's because my brother did spray it with a chemical killed all the weeds, and it's also supposed to be a residual. So now that we're watering it, we're watering the cotton up and also watering in the chemical to where the chemical goes into the ground and stays there. And then whenever the pivot is almost around back to the south end, then my brother's gonna spray this half, and then the pivot can continue watering, and these weeds on this half will die, and all the cotton gets to water up on this half. So this half is first. It's gonna go around. It's gonna take about a week before it gets to that end. Then my brother's gonna do this half. So this is what I mean when I said I Jimmy rigged it. This switch right here doesn't work. It doesn't do anything. I guess maybe it's burnt out or something here on the inside. But what I did, this contactor right here, I found myself a little rubber piece, stuck it right underneath that little hook, and that hook is pretty much just a block that goes up whenever it's kicked in, whenever it starts running. And now that little rubber piece is just holding it to where it stays up. So everything else works fine, and we need the well to run. So I just put the little rubber piece there to where it kicks in. Now the well's running. I did that to 2 other wells besides this one. One day we're gonna have to come here and put new switches in here, but as for the time being, we need this pivot to run. We don't have time to go fix a billion things yet. So we just did it like this to where the pivot can run, and we're golden. I do hope you enjoyed the video. It was a little bit of a struggle turning on the pivot, but we're also getting close to being finished with planting cotton here in the next week or two. It's the 20th today. So here in the next week or two, we're gonna start planting some corn. We have a few acres of corn that we're gonna plant this year. But other than that, we got maybe, I'd say, we got close to 1,000 acres that we need to plant cotton yet. And that should, I think a little less now after a day. So that should get done hopefully by the end of the week, and then we'll move on to corn. So thanks for watching, guys.